Introduction. It is common for authors to use historical events as a foundation for exploring pressing issues. The Crucible, a play written by A.Miller in 1953, is one of the examples of such a choice. In the play, the city of Salem is overcome by the fear of witchcraft, which rises from a single accusation to the majority of respected and pious citizens being convicted and sentenced to jail time and even death. Throughout the narrative, the readers can see the impact of hysteria on the town. This is one of the main themes that Miller intended to show in order to comment on the contemporary political landscape of the Cold War. The hysteria that permeates the Crucible is fostered by people who use fear and paranoia to act on their grudges or establish their power. The theme of hysteria. The setting of Salem in the play is intentional, as it is infamous for the Puritans' persecution of witches. The first claims against witchcraft come from Reverend Parris, who saw his daughter Betty, niece Abigail, and other girls dancing with a black slave, Tituba. Tituba, Betty, and Abigail used the rumors spreading around town to protect themselves from accusations, claiming they saw many people with the devil. It is apparent from their conversations that they put their lives above the lives of others. Betty and Abigail were trying to hurt another woman, Elizabeth Proctor, through a ritual. Thus, their response to accuse many other people is hypocritical. It shows that they viewed the hysteria as an opportunity rather than a danger to themselves. While the most accusations come from Abigail, whose initial goal was to take revenge on the wife of the man she has an affair with, other people start succumbing to the hysteria as well. Several townspeople, however, do not simply follow their religious beliefs. Instead, they fulfill their desire to punish people who have wronged or challenged them. For example, Thomas and Putnam accuse Rebecca Nurse, a piteous and respected woman, of being a witch. She is charged for the marvelous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. It is revealed in the play that Thomas and Rebecca's husband are feuding over their land ownership, while Anne, a bereaved parent, believes that Rebecca is at fault for all her losses. Here, one can see how people use hysteria to achieve their goals. They fuel the fear of witches to get their revenge without any proof of wrongdoing. Abigail's attempts to accuse Elizabeth Proctor showcase how hysteria can be guided by people who wish to thrive on it. It is notable that the girl invents proof of witchcraft, as she intends to escalate the fears against magic in the city. Although Abigail's first accusations are made to protect her and the other girls from condemnation, her plan for Elizabeth's arrest is based on the mistrust of the accused from citizens. Proctor's question, "Is the accuser always holy now?" reveals the central problem of hysteria. The piousness is supplanted by hatred, while the little crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. In the end, the city is ravaged by numerous accusations, depicting the exaggerated scenario of uncontrolled hysteria. The importance of recognizing themes. The idea of hysteria being used by people to exercise their power or enact vengeance is always relevant in society. The historical basis for the play gives the author an ability to present easily identifiable narratives, through which he expresses the lesson he aims to include in the story. It is vital for the reader to notice this theme in the Crucible, as the author portrays the negative outcome of illogical, baseless accusations. The whole city is affected, and its citizens are convicted to either live in jail or be hanged. People, swept up by the increasingly spreading fear of witchcraft, abandon their friends and neighbors and sentence them to die. Moreover, as noted above, one has to recognize that the events of the play are interconnected, and hysteria continues to affect the city due to the conscious decisions of other people. Miller shows that the actions of a small number of citizens, including Abigail, Reverend Parris, and several others, influence the behavior of dozens of townspeople. Hysteria is supported by authority, and it takes away power from the accused. Here, the author underlines that hysteria cannot survive on its own, it needs people to fuel it. Conclusion. In The Crucible, Miller uses the historical setting of Salem during the Puritans' trials of witches to comment on contemporary issues. The theme of hysteria is central to the play's conflict, and it influences all events that happen in the book. Several characters understand that, by appealing to the citizens' fear of witches, they can take revenge on the people they dislike and remove individuals who oppose or challenge them. The readers should consider this theme in the play in order to recognize it in reality and understand its devastating outcomes. You can find this and many other essay samples on our website studycorgi.com.